Bloomberg claims that a secret letter helped pave the way for improved Beijing-Delhi ties. The letter in question was stated to be raising concerns regarding any US trade deals that would harm China's interest as well. Pratik, there's also an important facet that you spoke of, which is job losses. You know, the Prime Minister on the 15th of August did talk about generating jobs through a scheme. Do you think that more needs to be done, specifically by state governments now as well, in conjunction with the centre, to make sure that India tides over this? Otherwise, concerning the fact that these tariffs may or may not last, even a short term of 50% of tariffs, as per a particular report, will take years to streamline.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Vineet, the two sectors which are getting the maximum impact is textiles and gems, and these two sectors are more of a labor driven and more the human intensive sectors which will have a possible impact more on the Indian side, because the labor work more happens on this, and when there is going to be a shortage on the orders, then I think there are going to be the big layoffs. That's the imminent danger which we as a country face now. Other, I think the government of India needs to, at a long term, needs to plan on diversification of the trade basket. So, as your previous question was to me, that we look up to the China, it is important that we look up to the new emerging economies, and I think the government of India has already in the last G20 summit has done a lot of strategic trade agreements with the Africa region, which is coming up now. So the new emerging markets like Africa and few places in on the China, and I think these new markets need to be tested now, so that the concentration of one particular nation is not an impediment in the growth of our country. This is point number one. I think then there are a lot of options in terms of use of World Trade Organizations, because there are so far as my knowledge goes, there are certain sanctions which these multilateral organizations impose on the countries. It is to be seen that the large countries like India and US, how much they get impacted by the WTO platforms, but these are the good platforms to at least negotiate on such issues. So these are two bits on how maybe this can be resolved.
All right, Sirish, before we let you go, any ideas that as a businessman that you would want to put out there for the government to understand, since you have been dealing with the American market as well as dealing how the Americans deal with the Indian market?
So I think diplomacy is the way to go. I think the pain is going to be suffered on both sides. It's not just an impact to our GDP growth, but the impact apparently is going to be higher on the US side as well. So there are pain points on both sides. I think what we need to do is the diplomatic route, and Pratik very well articulated what the initiatives the government of India needs to take. But from a business standpoint, we need to diversify our risk. We need to look at clientele from different countries, and we need to look at Southeast Asia as well. There are immediate labors. Logistics is easier. Supply chains are much more robust. So looking at new markets, but I think what we need to really do is infuse cash and credibility into the markets as well. The small to medium companies and businessmen really need the support on the credit side, and schemes like the export promotion mission and the services exports schemes such as that, to kind of protect them, especially in this difficult period.
And beneath the larger question which remains is,
go ahead, Pratik.
Saying that the larger question which remains is that whether the larger economic nationalism will have an overriding effect on a almost 190 billion of trade of strategic partnership between the two countries. This has to be deliberated by both the governments.
That's a great point. And I'm hopeful that the government is listening to this. Pratik and Sirish, appreciate you took out the time and spoke your heart out. Amazing perspective by both of you. We've run out of time. We take a short break. We'll be back.